to dream. Yes, I believe I got something to prove, and that's why I got this feeling inside of my head, inside of my head. And the Lord knows I've been up to no good. Still haven't changed, even though I should. Dear Lord, I promise I'm gonna get people saying, "You're late! You're late, Austin! You told us 2 o'clock! How could you do this?" I'm sorry. Mr. Thakas, what's going on, man? Crypto Thor, what's going on? Here, let's go ahead and make the chat visible up here so it's easier for me. Bruh, did you just wake up? No. I woke up at 1. I had a session at 1. We got through that, and then we ended at about 2:15, and I hopped in the shower real quick because I didn't want to get on stream dirty. T-Cox, what's going on, man? Thank you very much, man. I appreciate the kind words. Stoyan? I'm sorry, man. I know we tried to practice your name, but I think I got it right on one of those. But what's up, man? Duck Doan, what's going on, man? C Joy, what's going on, man? Luca, good to see you too. Destiny, hi, man. How you doing? Did my order get filled? No. My order was at 90.50 and we got to 91.05. I mean, 9105. Henrik, what's going on, man? Big L, what's going on? Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm glad you're killing it. Yeah, Girlandia, this is the new streaming schedule. I was supposed to be on 30 minutes earlier, but unfortunately, bad planning. But we'll get better and better at it. BTC won't let us sleep. I slept just fine. I slept like a baby. Except for my mom kept me on the phone all night until 3 a.m. I called her at 12 because she called me up and she was like, "How could you cuss that guy out on your comment section? You told him to F off." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Yeah, go to the 28th. I was like, "Okay, I'll go to the 28th. All right, go to my channel. We'll go to the 28th. All right, so 28th. And she was like, "Yeah." Wait, no, not this one. What was it? Was it the 27th? No, maybe it was the 26th. God, I have too many live streams. Wait. Okay, 26th. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, so she was like, "You told that guy to F off." So in the live stream, I was like, there's a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F Word. Okay. And then I didn't want to say that. So he said, "The subtle art of not giving enough or giving up." And I said, and my mom was like, "You cussed him out. Take that down right now." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't understand. You don't understand, Mom." Short from 9K still holding. Should I close it now? I would have closed it a long time ago, bud. Latin Crypto, what's going on, man? I'm not shorting, guys. I am not shorting. I know we have some bearish indicators, but we are still above the macro resistance. You know my plan. If we are above a macro resistance, I'm going to hold my long, no matter what. I cannot, in good conscience, deny that. And I mean, so far, the bulls have been winning. Even though we've been bearishly diverging the same time we've been bullishly diverging, bulls have been winning every single time. And what do we see on our RSI? We see a bull flag on the RSI taking us down towards the 50. So I do think we're going to top out here, don't get me wrong. But eventually we're going to get down to that 50 and we're going to break out to the upside, and it's going to be monumental. My stop loss is at $9,000 flat. I was asleep when the wick hit, so it didn't even bother me. Telling you guys, the best thing you can do for your trades is sleep. Don't watch your trades. Just set them up, walk away, go to sleep, close them little eyes.
I don't have my stop loss and my entry yet. No, that's not a good idea. Because the only confirmed support we have is at right here at 9,116. So you could move your stop loss up below that, but you cannot move your stop loss anywhere higher. Otherwise, you run the risk of it coming back down. That's not something I'm willing to do, because then it just exits me out for no reason. Now, if we come back down to here at about 9,370 and we get a bounce and we break through the 1.272, then I can move my stop loss. But I have to have confirmed support first. Okay, can you suggest a good point to buy more, not to trade? Right now, if you're just taking simple DCAs, right now is a great time. Because guys, this is monumental. Not only have we had the first bullish sign on our RSI in 9 months, we have now officially gotten multiple candle body closes above a macro resistance. Okay, this singular line has been holding us down for months. Okay, and we just broke it and kind of found support on it on the lower time frames. So it's monumental, guys. Monumental. Yeah, I would expect a little drop right here. For me, the 1.272 is at 9,479. I've taken 1/4 of my profits, and we'll continue on rolling. And I can see we're kind of getting held down by the previous Gonfan right here. So what needs to happen is maybe we top out here like we did over here. Because remember, guys, we hit a diagonal Gonfan. We had to come down, form some sort of pattern, move over sideways in order to let us continue on upwards. And we did that the entire time. So that could be the exact thing that's happening right now. We come down a little bit, we move over sideways, blast to the upside, come back down, move over sideways, blast to the upside, and then macro rejection, and then another medium pattern hits. What is the chance to go down to 8,500? Until we're back below this macro resistance with the candle body close, there's no chance. But once we're back below, yes, there is a chance. ACR, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? So I had this conversation last night with this guy, and he was saying, okay, so your formula that you use, let's say you're using $50,000 at 10x leverage. You're using 500,000 contracts, okay? So why would you not just use 500,000 contracts on 1x leverage? Okay, so 2 reasons. 1, that means your stop loss always has to be 2%. You cannot have a constant stop loss based off of leverage if you have a 1x. You have to go off your chart. Therefore, your risk to reward ratio makes no sense. 2, why in the hell would you keep $500,000 on a Chinese leverage exchange? I believe Bybit is secure. I have my 2-factor authentication. But why would you keep $500,000 on an exchange? That is beyond me. If I get hacked, I would much rather lose $50,000 than $500,000. And it wasn't like I'm yelling at the guy. That was the main point. Leverage, if done right, is another form of risk management.
Nobody sticks together. No one believes traditions. People leave and quit, and now I never see persistence.
What holds higher weight, Gons or Fib? Both of them. They both hold just as much weight. That's why we use them together. If you just have horizontal, or if you just have diagonal, you're missing one part of the puzzle that makes it whole. So that's why I use both. James, what's going on, man? Don Johnson, what's going on? Daily close. Let's see, daily close is coming up in what? About 6 hours. 5 hours and 30 minutes. And we'll get another. We opened and closed above this right here. So we closed above this resistance. If this next candle can close above resistance, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And our TD sequential is good too, if you guys care about TD sequential. So TD sequential, basically the basis of it is if on Heikin-Ishi candles, if the candle body is above the last wick, it can continue on. This one right here, it's above the last candle body. So we're good. We're good. Actually, I think it's not above the last wick. If it's above the last wick, that's awesome. But if it's just above the previous candle body, that's still a good movement. Efran, what's going on, man? Or Efron? I don't know. I don't. Where are you drawing your fibs from? So for my macros, it's just from the 14K high to the 3K bottom. Those are where my macro fibs come from. And then for these ones, like I said, we have pattern, breakout, top, swing low. Those are where my new fibs come from. Yeah, I would assume a mini dump is coming because we have reached the resistance on our RSI. And we're still bearishly diverging. Don't get me wrong, guys, but we are still above a macro resistance. You cannot short this. There's no reason to. The risk to reward is too great. I do not have a day job. I quit my job 8 months ago, and I've just been trading ever since. What if you shorted 9,500? You could scalp short 9,500. Okay, so I would make sure that you take your profit, if anything, at the macro resistance. So let's see what that would look like. Let's go ahead. Let's say you took a short right now. You put your stop loss right about right here. Okay. And you took your profit right here. That'd be a 2.35. So you could use about 20x leverage, a little bit less than 20x leverage on this and still be safe. For a scalp trade, that is. But I would not swing trade that. Well, you can see that we've hit the resistance on our RSI, and we are still bearishly diverging, so a dump is not impossible. We have been bearishly diverging on our stochastic for quite a while. We have another bearish divergence on the MCB wave, so a mini dump would be coming. But what I'm expecting is for this support to hold on the RSI right here. And once we get down to the 50, you want to look for a bounce off the 50 and us breaking this resistance, and boom, lift off. We're going to the moon. Not to the moon, but to the upper 9,800s to 10,000. And if you think that's an elaborate call, get out of here. Get out of here. Obviously, I don't mean all in one shot, but it means that we're on our way there. That's all I mean. Krypton, what's going on, man? Yeah, 9,700 to 10K, that's a perfectly reasonable assumption. Now, the reason why I'm not saying 9,700, I'm saying 98, is because our 1.618 is at 98.53. And then our next macro horizontal is at 10,100. If you don't mind telling, what's your YouTube CPM? I have no clue. I don't make a lot of money off of YouTube, guys. I really don't. Like, I'll go into my AdSense right now and I'll show you. Here, can I just do this? So these are my YouTube analytics. So very low CPM. It's because all my videos get demonetized because of music. That's all. We can go last 3 months. Thank you, Crypto Half-Life. I appreciate that, man. Where are you looking to take profit at? I already took 1/4 of my profits at the 1.272. I'm taking 1/4 of my profits at the 1.414. and then all of my profits at the 1.618. So that would be 9,482, 9,634, and $9,859. Hey, bro, we are headed. Hey, where we headed, bro? Double top. What you saying? I'm at work on break. Okay. So, like I said, guys, as long as we're above this macro resistance, I'm going to be holding my long no matter what. It's too good of a risk reward trade. Yes. I don't see a double top anywhere coming up here anywhere soon, but we have hit the resistance on our RSI, the diagonal resistance, that is. We could still go to the horizontal resistance if this thing wanted to continue to pump. It's more than welcome to do that if it wants to, but I'm betting on the diagonal at the moment. What I'm looking for is for us to get down to the 50. What that will let us do is it will let us come sideways, so that way this diagonal does not continuously block us. So if we can come over to like February 1st to like February 2nd, then we can have a nice green candle to the upside with no resistance in the way besides the horizontal. That's awesome, Scott. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Would you be reaccumulating just under the macro resistance for wicks? I tried, but my DCA was not high enough. But that's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that because my stop loss was 9,000. My DCA was 90.50. Okay, so I was looking for it to come down, get a bounce off the 8-to-1 and go back up. Almost did, but we got stopped out, so it's fine. Well, we didn't get stopped out, but fishy. What's going on? But the fish, chill. There is no danger. There is no danger. But I'm not getting stopped out, but I had my DCA here. $50 short. That's what it is. Last night I asked a question, and I was applying it to you, it was a hypothetical that I wanted you to answer for general public. What was the question? Did I answer it? Can you explain what the benefit the whale wicks have when clearing stop losses before shooting up? I know the generalized answer, but I'm trying to form this in a way that's easy to understand. I'm at a loss for words right now. But when you say whale wicks, it kind of implies manipulation. Do not get caught up in that idea. Set up your appropriate stop losses. Everybody else that gets caught on these wicks, the reasons why they get stopped out is because they do not set up appropriate stop losses. Like last night, you guys saw me go through the process of going, okay, my stop loss is way too damn close because this is the pattern I came from. I need to have my stop loss below this support. So as long as you're doing that, you do not have to worry about them. As for why they do it, it's to put more liquidity so that when they do go up, they could make more money. This is not manipulation. God, I hate that word so much because yes, there is smart people with lots of money that take advantage of certain situations, but that's not manipulation. That just means they have more money so they can have an adverse effect on the market or an effect on the market. If I had billions of dollars to work with, you better bet I'd be doing it too. And that's why I teach you guys to do the things that I do. Because if one day I have, $300 billion to work with and I decide to short the market, hopefully your stop loss is not in the right place. I mean, hopefully your stop loss is in the right place. I didn't mean to come out like that. Like down here, Everybody's like, oh my God, China hit the buy button. Ah! No, we were sitting at a macro bottom and the RSI was going absolutely parabolic. Anybody with a couple $1 billion is going to throw their money into that, and that's going to cause a chain effect of FOMO. Right here, we're sitting at a macro bottom. RSI, bullishly diverging off the Richter scale. You could have got in on this pump if you were watching the RSI, just the RSI. And then boom, you get in at the bottom, you exit when it gets to the top towards the macro resistance. That's exactly what I did. Now, not exactly, because I was deathly sick and I only got in at 8,400 once that resistance was broken. But is what it is. These things happen for a reason. It doesn't come out of thin air. It's just people with lots of money, they see opportunities, they buy, and then everybody else does after them. That's how these gigantic candles to the upside, gigantic candles to the downside, that's how they work. Stefan, what's going on, man? Yeah, probably, man. Gerlandia, it's it's a struggle sometimes. Let's say someone had 50K sitting in their life savings. How much would you say they should put in crypto? It's currently making 0.5% interest. 0.5% interest a month or a year. Because if it's a year, you're losing money. It would make sense to put larger portion of that savings in the crypto, and or what? Say percentage. So I would say start with as small of an amount as you can. I would say like $500. Use the $500. Learn how to trade it. Okay. While you're doing that, you'll start getting a handle for the macro scale as well. So if you put 10K in, that way you know what you're doing with the 10K when that goes in, so you can't lose that automatically. $500. If you lose that, so be it. But you should be building the good habits with a small portion of money, and then putting more money in. I wouldn't say put the entire 50K in unless you're very, very confident. For me, it's a wonderful time to buy crypto. I do believe that this down channel has now been broken, and we will be trending upwards towards the 8-to-1 Ganfan. Obviously, we have a huge horizontal resistance in the way that we could get stopped at, but we are trending upwards. Now back here, you could see it came back above, hit the 8-to-1 Ganfan, and then dumped back into the 4-to-1 channel. So that could be a possibility that we still hold. But as of right now, this specific down channel has been broken, and we're trying to get to the top of the new one, which is right here. Why is he calling me? He knows I'm live streaming. Let's see. Let me mark this out. No, I can't use a rectangle on this. Alan Evers, what's going on, man? Or is it Elaine? Elaine Evers. Reza, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Ever put it in for HODLing, not trading purposes? I am in agreement with Crypto Bitcoin Chris on HODLing. HODLing, I don't think is effective. Obviously, if you got in very, very low and you're already well in profit, HODLing is perfect. You don't have a lot to worry about. But you have to be able to learn how to trade this on a macro scale in order to make the most out of Bitcoin. Because let's say if you HODLed, $10,000. Let's say when Bitcoin goes to $1 million, you can make, $1 million. But if you can learn how to trade that over the course of 5-10 years, instead of having $1 million, you could have $20 million. Which one would you have? Me personally, I like the $20 million. And it just takes a little bit of effort to learn how to trade it on a macro scale. Zoltan, what's going on, buddy? What happened to your gay actor friend who was trading? The one I was talking about meeting up? He hasn't officially, like, gone ahead and took the leap. He's taken, like, one of my one-on-ones, but he actually doesn't have any crypto yet, so he's trying. Trading budget would be 5K and position size would be like 500. No, your 5% would be 250 bucks. Okay, so so there's Walker's not gay. Isaiah, I don't know if you're watching this, Isaiah. I don't know. There's so many people I've gotten into trading, so I don't know which one you're talking about. 104 watching. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you very much. I still got tired eyes though. That's the downside of streaming early. And you might say, well, it's 2 p.m. Austin, wake the hell up. But you guys, my sleeping schedule's screwed, but that's the beauty of working for yourself. It's 1 a.m. now. Hey, at least it's not 5 o'clock in the morning. If we pull back when RSI is going to the 50, how far do you think we could go down? I want to ladder longs, assume around 9,130. For me personally, now, yeah, I wouldn't see anything lower than 9,101. So I would look for any good positions between around like 9,250 to 9,110. That would be like the golden zone for like little pickup buys. I think the energy you are spending trying to grow facial hair is taking a lot out of you. Maximum effort. Jara, yep, early. This is the new schedule. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be on at 2 p.m. my time. So that'll be about 8 p.m. in Europe. And I don't know what that is in Australia and Asia, but I would assume it's a little bit earlier. But that's probably around like 6 a.m. or something. Currently, I'm watching for the MCB 12-hour blue wave to come back down. I hope it comes back a little so I can get a little long when it bottomed out. What do you think? Is it okay, or do you think we most likely will boost to the upside? So if you're looking for anything super low, like below $9,000, I wouldn't count on it. A lot of these lower time frames are going to hit the 50s and get bounces most likely before we get down to those lower numbers. All we're trying to do right now is move over sideways to get rid of this diagonal resistance. So if we can move over sideways to around the second, the third, or the fourth, we can pretty much shoot straight up from there. So we might just be capitulating for a couple days here. Not gonna lie. Might be boring. That's what we did right here. You can see on your Gone fans. You see how they're all closely tight together? We can't go anywhere until we get into an actually big channel. So we got into the big channel. We got rejected off the 1-to-1. Boom, we slide to the downside. Okay, when you set your Gone fan, you do it regular or log. It's always on log. In your fib retracements, you have to go into the settings. And you have to click this little box called fib levels based on log scale. I know a little bit about Elliott Wave, like the 5 impulse and the ABC, but it's a lot of guessing, and I just like my horizontals and my diagonals. I make fantastic trades that way, and I really don't have to look at Elliott Wave theory. I just have to be patient, and even though it might be working in the background and I just don't know it, I just have to be patient. That's all. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that, buddy. And look what's happening, guys, on a macro scale. Now that we have broken out of this channel right here. Oh, shoot. Now that we have broken out of this channel right here, as soon as we break this channel, this 8-to-1 channel, this is our new channel. To the moon! Now, obviously, if this 2-to-1 GonFan support is broken, we're no longer going to go up in that up channel. But as of right now, it is a possibility. I'm not saying we're going to $200,000. Don't get me wrong. My people need me. Are you a superhero, TL? To the moon! For that is scalping. Do you think we will go to 9,000? I don't know if we'll go to 9,650 today, but within, let's see, within about like 4 to 5 days, it's definitely a possibility. We have to move over sideways. Let some of the we have to let the 2-hour cool off and come back down to the 50. So that's what's going to be taking up most of our time. Let's see, if we were to just move sideways down to the 50, that would be about 2 days. 2 days, and we can come down to the 50. Unless it just breaks this resistance right now and we start pumping. That is a possibility. Can you check XRP, please? I don't have any GonFans or anything set up on XRP. It's not one of the coins that I trade. Let's see. I do hold some, but I just don't trade it as often. Let's see. I thought I did have an XRP chart set up. Okay, I'm just going to set up GonFans on it, trying to see if I can see anything. So on your GonFans, if you're below the 1-to-1, you're actually bearish. If you're above it, you're bullish. That's why, like right here, when we broke the 1-to-1, we had a huge blast off. So that's why I'm assuming that the 1-to-1 is right here. You can also see a lot of these channels definitely line up as well. Down channel, found support, bounce. Found support right here, bounce. Rejection, starting to get rejected right here as well. So that's why I'm making that assumption. So now we gotta line up that 4-to-1. I can't see. I can't see where my high is. Oh, we're actually below the 8-to-1 GonFan. I don't like Mike Stud. Why am I bobbing my head to this? Okay, so you're hitting a lot of resistance right now. Not only you're hitting the 8-to-1 GonFan, you're also hitting the 1-to-1 GonFan, which is a really huge resistance right now. But once you break above, I would say once you get around 25 cents, so 0.25776, then you could start targeting about 34 cents. So that would be about a 33% gain. And then you're going to hit some resistance. If you can smash through that, you can get up to about 43 cents, so on and so on and so on. I'm going to link this chart to you, okay? You can add your own indicators, I think. Maybe not, so I'm actually going to add indicators for you right now. And you can just go ahead and use this for targets. We'll add, I'll just put RSI MACD. I'm not going to put everything else just in case you don't have MCB. Actually, I'm going to add something else too. So my buddy, he made a money flow indicator called the MFI Directive. Okay. And the reason why I made him make it like this is because I wanted to get rid of the red and green in order to make it more easily visible, and also get rid of the psychology behind it. Okay. And you can also draw divergences off of it as well. So I don't have his Bitcoin address in the description yet, but for the next stream I will. So if you guys do like the indicator and you guys feel like donating a couple bucks, he would absolutely love that. He did everything for free, so he definitely deserves something. But it's called the MFI Directive. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on sharing for this. Copy. Yeah, awesome move, man. It's been an awesome day. What's your RSI settings? Do you use default? Yep, absolutely default. I think I actually have it on OHLC right now. No, I have it on close. Okay. I just have it on close. As long as we hold this macro resistance, things are looking fantastic. So don't be worried about liquidation. But if you're going to get your liquidation is 9K. Why? I'm not mad at you. I just, why would you set up a trade like that? That puts you at a lot of risk. Yes, it's high risk, high reward, and you won't make anything if you don't put all your money on the line. But that's too close. At least for me, for my rules. What is the 1-to-1, the main support line? It's just just like how your 0.5 is a very strong support or resistance depending on what side you're on. That is essentially the Gonfan version of the 0.5. The 1-to-1 is the 0.5. Do you have a fan for ETH? Yes, I do. I do have a fan for ETH. Let me get rid of some of these. Oh, actually, can I hit Control Z and bring that back? No, I can't. Dang it. I was going to show you guys where I was going to go in the Netherlands. It's not anytime soon, but it is something that we're going to be planning on. Let's see. ETH. Where's ETH? Did I miss it? Oh, it's right here. It's right at the top. Here, I'll share this with you. Wait, don't I have a trade open on ETH right now? I forgot I even put that in. Oh! Awesome. Okay, so I'll share this one with you as well. And up here. Actually, no, I need to pop out the chat. Pop out. Pop out at your party. What is XMR doing at this point in time? XMR doing fantastic. Oh, I gotta go on my Binance account to check what my... Oh, need sharing on? Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Save. Alright, now try it. I'm gonna put in my 6-factor authentication. Okay. Okay, there we go. Back to the chat. Do I hate LTC? No, I don't hate LTC. Turning on these lights after coming from complete darkness does not work out. Let's see. Do I like stablecoins? Yeah. So on my Binance, I use USDT a lot for XMR and basic attention token, just trading those back and forth on macro scales. I don't do day trading, but I do macro scales. Is the MFI Directive invite only? Can't seem to find it on TV. I don't think so, because I didn't get an invite. Look up MFI Directive, and it should just pop up in public library. Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well just add his little thing to the bottom. Let's see. Messages. Okay, let's see. We go to my live stream. Description. Okay. And I'll put it right under my Patreon link. In your formula, I had issues figuring position size, or does that stay the same? 2 to 5% portfolio. Yes. So let's say, for example, okay, let's use this down here. I like using this one. So let's say we take this trade. Okay, and we have a 2% stop loss. All right. So we're going to go to the calculator. And that is like old people right there. So we have a 2% stop loss, but we have a constant stop of 20%. So here you have 10x leverage. So you times 10x leverage by whatever 5% of your portfolio will be. It could be $50,000. It could be $500. And then your contract size would be $5,000. So if you have, 2x leverage, same thing, 1,000. No resistance after 9,600? No, we have plenty of resistance after 9,600. We have one right here at 98.54, and we have one right here at 10,100. Your contract size does change, but your contract size times your leverage, your 5% of your portfolio times your leverage is your contract size. So even though it's a higher number sometimes, it's still 5% of your portfolio. Hey Kite, after you take all your profit on the 1.68, what would you look next? Macro 0.786? Yes. So since this is my next macro resistance, I'm sure there'll be some sort of bearish divergence building up along the way. We would probably get to around 10,100. We could go a little bit past it, but then get rejected at it. What I'm looking for this to happen is I'm looking for it to drop back down between the 1.414 and the 1.272 and find support and continue this as we did right here. So like right here, okay, we do fib retracement. So from this pattern, we came up to the 1.618, we took our profit, we started DCAing short positions, it came back down, found support on the 1.272, we got a bounce, and then we blasted off to the sky. I did think this was going to go a little bit further. Don't get me wrong. I'm not without fault, but this is where you can learn. Okay, the previous 1.272 could be an obvious retest point where you could find support. Now I was looking for it to come back down to the point 618 in order to find support, and I thought we were going to be in that pattern for 40 to 60 days, which is just my monkey brain saying you can accumulate more around that point. So that's why I was looking for situations that would put us in that. So I took 1/4 my profits right here, 1/4 my profits right here, and then right here, we blasted off and I got stopped out. So it is what it is. J-Wax, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Any thoughts on ADA? I don't look a lot at ADA. I like XMR a lot better just because I feel like it has a higher chance of success. They are both great technologies, but I love to use the porn analogy when I'm talking about it. The porn industry, there was VHS and there was Betamax. Betamax was the better technology, but the porn industry went with VHS. Therefore, VHS won. Therefore, darknet market. XMR is being used. ADA is not. Which one do you think is going to do better in the long run? No, I'm not shorting. We are above a macro resistance. There is no reason to short right now. Absolutely none. Okay? I know we have bearish divergence, but I have a very particular way I play my trades. Even though we have those bearish divergences, you have to be able to look at your support and resistances and make the best play, no matter what. Your indicators come second. Focus on getting good entries, good stop losses, being able to crank your leverage up safely, get the most out of a trade. Jonathan, what's going on, man? Why do my eyes feel so tired? I think it's because I need to take my contacts out actually and give my eyes a couple days to rest. I didn't mean to come at you with that. I just want to make sure that you guys understand there are specific situations where, despite what your indicators say, there is a smarter decision. Like up here, okay? Good example, Crown Crypto. We had plenty of bearish divergence signs on higher time frames, but he said, this is a bullish pattern. This is my support. I'm going to be holding along. And that's perfectly acceptable. You find the best trade and you roll with it. That way, whenever you make a fantastic trade, it sets you up for future losses, so you can afford to lose from time to time. What would be a good action for someone not in a position right now? So, it's not really a good time to get into a position. It really isn't. I don't want to tell you to take a short because this could blast up at any moment, but you could take a short, but be looking to take your profits around 9,200. That would be my personal opinion. But if you did take a long entry right now, let's say from this exact point, your stop loss would have to be 5% away. And your potential profit is right here. So you would only make a 1.18, which is not, you want above a 2. If you can get above a 2, that's pretty decent. If you can get anything above a 2, that's fantastic. But anything below a 2, it's not worth taking. Which button do you use to get the fib levels above the GON fans? So in order to add the 1.414 and the 1.272, you just have to go into the settings and turn them on. I just turn everything else off because I only work between the 1 and the 1.618. What are you talking? What is Crown talking about? No, there was look, lower high, higher high on that. There was a bearish divergence. Dre Steve, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Kite getting a Coke sponsorship? No, I that would be great money, but I cannot. Because I would just be drinking Coke all day. My hand, what's going on? Do I look like I'm dead right now? I swear to God, I tried to get off the phone with my mom last night like 3 different times. I was like, all right, Mom, I gotta go to bed now. I love you. And then she would just say, okay, I understand. And then she would start up some sort of conversation. And I'm like, all right, I don't want to be rude. All right, Mom, I gotta go to bed now. It's 2 a.m. Oh, I understand. You gotta go to bed. You're a busy guy. And then she would start up another conversation. I'm like, all right, Mom, it's 3 a.m. I gotta go to bed now. God. I love her, but Jesus. She takes Ambien too and is a completely different person. Yeah, sometimes she calls me on Ambien and I'm like, Mom, you're definitely on Ambien right now. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm not on Ambien. We'll have a conversation. At the end, she goes, all right, my Ambien's kicking in. I gotta go. Like, you lied to me. Monkey brain. Yeah, guys, big brain, small folds. Well, it's all dependent on what happens. You have to look at the confluence with the price action. So on XRP, I don't know if I said in the previous tutorial that the 2-to-1 Ganfan is the one that needs to have the most touches. I was just saying for this particular Bitcoin structure that the 2-to-1 Ganfan had the most touches. So for me, that's where it needed to be. And I can see a clear resistance and support right here and a clear resistance and support right here. Right here, there's not really anything in between. You can see like right here, there might be something, but that looks like a horizontal. So for Bitcoin, you just have to make sure that the confluence lines up. You can see once we got above the 1-to-1 Ganfan, boom, blast off. Once we dump below the 1-to-1 Ganfan, gigantic downtrend. So that does look in confluence of me. And like right here, yeah, like right here, we held resistance at the 1-to-1, got above it, tested support, boom, another blast off. So it is the same thing. And I gotta delete these 45-degree angles. We're pumping? We're pumping? Nah, we're not pumping. Fish, stop, buddy. Kite, how do I make my first appointment with you for my first one-on-one session? Just message me on Discord. We'll set up a time and we'll meet up. And tonight, for anybody that is in the one-on-ones and has access to the Discord, at 8 p.m. EST, we do have a meeting coming up. It's just a newbie meeting. So any questions are welcomed. Introductions, we get through those. Just so we can kind of meet each other and, you know, see who's on the same playing field. It's not crypto, but would you chart Amazon with earnings coming out? Sure. What's the ticker for Amazon? Is it Amazon? So is it the NASDAQ one you want me to look at? I'm not sure. We're just going to do that one. All right, so we'll go to a daily chart. Now, obviously, these types of things are much more difficult to chart because there's a lot more fundamentals involved in terms of what kind of products they're coming out with, you know, all that kind of stuff. But this should be generally the same. All right, so we're looking at an ascending wedge here, which is not a good sign, actually. But we'll do what we got to do. Trying to see which one would be the best. Okay, we'll go with that one. Oh, yeah, we have log scale turned on. Okay. Fishy, what are you doing? This dog, man. Alrighty. Let's see. So I came back down and tested the 0.5, but it does look like it's building a descending triangle. Is there any bearish divergence? Oh. There's exaggerated bearish divergence. See, I can't really give you a definitive answer like I can on cryptocurrencies just because it's a lot more touchy. And in terms of volatility, you really can't count on specific numbers. So if I do give you a call, it actually is going to be over exuberant in terms of stock market. I can say multiple thousands of dollars for calls on cryptocurrency because that's actually viable. I don't want to do that on a stock and have you have this idea that you're going to get down to a certain number. And yes, that could happen over a long period of time, but I don't want to necessarily say that. But as far as technical analysis goes, your 1 is going to be your strongest resistance. It's going to be your strongest support going forward. Huge support. Breakout above the 8-to-1 Ganfan and the 1 fib retracement. You could be targeting the 1.272. But obviously on stocks, you're going to want to have anything in between this. And I don't think there is actually. I wish there was some more fib retracements in between this, because it's a little bit different of a game on stocks. But you could, once this resistance breaks, you could be targeting the 1.272. Yep, we're doing very well on Monero in the past couple of weeks. Get off of that! He stole my Coke bottle. No. He was trying to drink my Coke. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, Aaron. 23andMe, I know everybody's like, you sent your DNA? They're going to put you in the system. I'm like, okay. All they can do is clone me. Whoever gets my DNA is it's going to be a happy boy. Hey, Kite, would you consider moving your stop loss up? What is your trigger to move it? So, like right here, this is a really good example. All right, so I'm just going to draw this out just for shits and gigs. It's not going to be exact, so don't hate me. But our 8-to-1 Ganfan was about right here. Okay, so as soon as we got above the 8-to-1 Ganfan, I took a long. All right, I set my stop loss below my 8-to-1 Ganfan. So I did not move my stop loss up with the price action as it was going up like this, because the second it turns back around, I'm going to get stopped out. So I left my stop loss here the entire time. Once we get some sort of confirmed support in a bounce, then I can safely move my stop loss up. Once we have a bounce and we come back down, we retest some support and we get another bounce, then I can move my stop loss up. Once we come back down, get another bounce, then I can move my stop loss up. Obviously, by that time, I was out of my position because we hit the 1.618. So what I need to wait for right now is I need to wait for us to come back down in some sort of actual manner. A wick, I don't think would suffice for me. So I need us to come back down and with actual candles, get a nice bounce, and then continue on upwards. We could get a bounce right here, and then I could move my stop loss from below the 8-to-1 Ganfan to like right here. That would be perfect as well. Right, we gotta go back to our regular playlist. Not this. Something that inspires people. We didn't play our welcome song when we had started the stream. This is my like intro song. So we'll play it now. Just got in. Do you mind giving a quick overview? Is 9,600 a temporary target? So now that we are above a macro Ganfan, we are targeting the 1.618. Okay. So that's going to be at $9,858. It might take a little bit of time to get there over the next couple of days, but that's where I'm going to be taking the final amount of my profit. Temporary target would be about, yes, 9,628 if we can get a candle body close above the 1.272. From there, we'll probably hold resistance because you can see this diagonal yellow line coming from our previous Ganfan pattern, that's what's been kind of holding us down. So that happened over here as well. Okay, you can see that is a clear example. Right here, we got a tap off of it. We had to come over sideways in order to continue back up further. Had to come over sideways to go up further. Had to come over sideways to go up further, and then finally got rejected. So that's pretty much what's going to happen with this pattern as well as we get closer and closer to our macro 0.786. Too many damn lines. Stretchy, hello. I'll thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And Mandy, hello. I don't know if I said hello. If I'd like to support you as a Patreon and also get Telegram access group, can I do it by sending $50 in BTC or only credit card? So what I think I'm going to have to do, if you do want to do the Telegram group through BTC, you have two different options. You can either buy 6 months, which that would be about $300, but I'd probably take about like, I'd probably only make it $250 for 6 months. And then you could also buy the one-on-ones, which you get lifetime Telegram, lifetime Discord, and you get one-on-one sessions with me. Obviously, I say it's lifetime sessions, but if you need lifetime sessions, that means you're not learning anything. Typically, it takes about 4 to 5 sessions to get someone really confident and get them, on the ball and, get that ball rolling. And then from there, if they need like a catch-up session or like, hey, I made these trades, they didn't work out. Did I do anything wrong? We just meet up for like 15 to 30 minutes and cover those. But usually it doesn't take, more than 5 sessions. No, it just means that this is a strong resistance area. Okay, in between the 8-to-1 Ganfans, you have to be realistic. We are getting deadly close to our strongest resistance of this entire pattern. So I just wanted to indicate that for a lot of people. Lay down, buddy. Crypto Cowboy, thank you very much, man. I'm sorry I missed your message earlier, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. It looks like we're breaking that resistance, but I don't think so. Not yet. Let's go back to the 2 hour. Maybe on the 2 hour, it actually looks like it. Oh, this could be it. This could be it. Make it yellow for caution. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'll make it yellow. Fishy. Every time I start a live stream, you just start getting antsy. I don't necessarily think it's better technology, but it has a better use case and is actually being used as payments. Okay, let me show you fish. You get one fish cam. What's up, Bitbird? How you doing, man? Thank you. Do you mind explaining the reasoning behind moving the stop loss to 9K yesterday? So this is the pattern that we broke out of. And just like I used that as an example down here as putting my stop loss below my strongest support, which is the previous pattern. So you want to make sure that you don't get stopped out before you're back inside the pattern officially. So that's why. So I had my stop loss in between the macro resistance and the macro support from this previous pattern. Well, not macro support, but the strongest support from a medium time frame pattern. So if I had my stop loss where I had it before, I did have it at 90.50, so I would have got lucky, but you have to make sure that it is the best stop loss you can possibly have. Fish, you already went out. Go lay down. And what time is it? Because I think I have a session. Okay, we have plenty of time. Never mind. Never mind. Going absolutely fantastic, man. Trade's working out just like I said it would. Not saying I'm not saying I'm Jesus and I know how the market works, but I know how to put myself in advantageous positions no matter what. Sometimes they pay off perfectly. Sometimes I lose a little bit. How can I join? The Telegram or the one-on-ones? If you're gonna do the Telegram, wait until the 2nd of January in order to join that, so you're not charged twice. And then for the one-on-ones, you can either pay in cash, which is $500 on Patreon. After you purchase that, cancel it, okay? Or you can pay $450 through crypto. And just contact me on Discord. We'll talk about it. I'll give you my wallet address. Once I confirm payment, I'll send along the links and we'll schedule a one-on-one. Well, it's going to be multiple one-on-ones. It's going to be about 4 to 5 to get all of the information covered. Make sure you understand it. And then from there, you shouldn't really need more than that. But if you do, you do. Exactly, Crypto Half-Life. It is a very basic way of trading, but nobody does it. Nobody does it. Well, all the good traders do it, but most of the other people, they are looking for the next best indicator to tell them what to do. But in actuality, all you have to have is price action, support, and resistance, and you can make fantastic trades no matter what. Yes, I would not bump my stop loss up, but if you can get a DCA that is lower than your first entry, all you're doing is bringing your average entry down, allowing you to make more profit when it does go up. So that's why I would take DCAs if we got further down here. Okay, that's why I had a DCA at 90.50, but I'm not going to move my stop loss. Exactly. Trading is super, super, super easy once you learn the requirements, but it is the discipline that it takes to be in trades that you have. Like when we were up here, I'm like, oh man, my indicators are just bearishly diverging. We could come back down at any moment now. What am I doing? Why am I in a long right now? But then I turn off that monkey brain and I say, I'm in a long because we're above a macro resistance. No matter what, I need to hold that long and set up the appropriate stop loss and let it run through. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I make big money. That's all it is. That's what it was back here. That's what it was right here. And that's what it's going to continue to be. Now, I was honest with you guys when I said I did not set up the appropriate stop loss. Therefore, I calculated the wrong leverage. And if I did lose that trade, it would be more than I would actually am supposed to lose. But that's because of my stupid monkey brain. Fish, no. Stop scratching the door. Yeah, man, it's different for everybody. It took me about 120 days to start learning what I needed to learn and sticking to it. And I'm still doing it. I make mistakes all the time, guys. But it's about learning from those mistakes every time you make them so you don't repeat them. That's all. Well, I mean, the song is called Alone, so we'll switch the song. Hey, fishy? No. Hey, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go see if my roommate can watch him for just a little bit so that he has someone to play with, because I know I can't play with him when I'm on live stream. But I'll be right back. Yeah, they say that money don't buy
we are in one bedroom, we can barely afford hanging sheets up on the walls just to mimic the doors. Can barely afford to pay for a Ford while you pay for your Porsche. See where I'm from, nobody makes it to Forbes, and I'm so tired of this dead-end job. While I was working last night, my fucking car got robbed. There's glass everywhere, I'm searching for the things I lost. All the things I bought, you steal from me just to cut your cost. My mom's worked the whole life just to give me a life to live, so I spill my fucking soul and give everything I can give. I think we can agree that Sally Mae is a bitch, and there's gotta be more to life than this. Why do you let us
hurt one another just for the dollar? Did you lose your heart in the darkness deep in your pocket? No, I don't care of the price I pay. I don't wanna spend my life that way. Tell me, is the pain that you're causing worth what you profit?
Yeah, another day, another bill. Lately hating how I feel. Need a tax refund just to buy a fucking meal. Your follows on your socials essential for signing deals. Man, it's crazy how I fake it.
Hello.
Full of real. My boss told me turn tables. I told him tables will turn when I'm laughing at what I make in a day.
Kite is an AI bot. That's what people call me back when I was doing that crazy lattice system, which I'm pretty much doing the same thing, but in a different way. And I was on top of my game back then. I was calling blood diamonds like 40 minutes in advance. So if you're going to hold it because we're above a macro, what would convince you that it's time to take all profit? The 1.618. We came from this pattern. The 1.618 is always my target. It was my target right here. We turned back around shortly after. Right here was a different story just because it kept running because of a lot of FOMO. But even on this one right here, fib retracement, set up your fib retracements on that. Your 1.618 is $9,116. You take your profit. Yes, it did go past a little bit. You could have made more money, but at least you took your profit where profit was due. If you don't take your profit, someone's going to take it from you. Okay, we're the Dr. Seuss of trading. Korean, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, TA is pretty dang easy once you know how to set everything up. It's the discipline to not get greedy and take your profit when you need to, and learn how to let your losses get cut. You know, you'll hear this term from a lot of like trading books and a lot of great traders where it's like, let your winners run, let your losers get cut. And that means if it's a loss, it's a loss. But if it's a winner, you're not capping it at a certain price. Because a lot of people, they'll get like 20 to 40% in the profit, and they're like, okay, last time this happened, it turned back around and I didn't get anything, so I'm just going to take my profit right now. But then what if you could have made an extra 60%, and that could have been a fantastic trade, but you just needed to let it run? That's where you have to let these things work themselves out, or else you're going to get into trouble long term. If it turns around, it turns around. But that's why we take profit along the way, so that if it does turn around, at least we got something. It's happened to me many, many, many times. It happened down here. I was in a short from 7,640. Right here, I took 1/4 of my profits. Right here, I took 1/4 of my profits. And then it bounced, and then I got stopped out. But at least I got something from the trade. And then I could go into a long right here and let that one run. That one worked out perfectly. This one right here, I took profit right here and right here, but it turned back around before I actually reached what my target, what I thought it could be. But even off of this, okay, look, 1.618. So I was playing this a lot differently, but if you were just playing this ascending wedge, your 1.618, you would have taken the exact profit that you needed to. I'm telling you guys, it's easy. So when are you expecting a pullback? Anytime now. But like I said, since we are looking like we're breaking the resistance, the diagonal resistance on the RSI, we could continue running up. But that's going to be a good thing, actually, because then this resistance, this diagonal line, will actually become support, which is even better. Bitbird, that'd be awesome, man. It's a habit. It's a habit. I'm gonna come on stream one day and it's just gonna be like super flat. When I was a kid, instead of going backwards, I would always just go forwards. Do I look like I know how to trade? Would go more parabolic if that happens, Kite, and if it jumps to that higher gun, correct? Yes. That means we have an even closer support. Because right now, if we're going based off of this channel right here, our support would be around, you know, right here on the 2-to-1. Is this the 2-to-1? Yes, 2-to-1. I'll send you 5 karma units to draw the Gon fans once. Absolutely. I mean, I have a video on it, TL. I have a video on it. I just put it out a couple days ago. About 1 or 2 days ago. Where would you take profits on this one? I've already taken some profits. So I took profits at the 1.272. I'll take some profits at the 1.414, and I'll take all of my profits at the 1.618. And that's how I structure my trades. I don't watch videos. I don't know why I put in that accent. Yeah, but it's only about like 5 to 8 minutes, I think. And it covers all of the Gon fans. And I set it right up there, and you can rewind it a bunch of times. TB, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Why do I sound French? I tried learning French when I was in middle school, like through Rosetta Stone, and I did not learn anything. I learned like El Mange and like how to say swimming pool, but that was it. Comment je fais un El Mange? How to get eat. No, I'm just tired. My mom did not let me go to sleep last night because she was talking to me on the phone, and I slept in until 1 o'clock, and then I had a session, and I hopped right on Livestream right afterwards. So I look tired. I'm a night owl, guys. Like I stay up very, very late. So that's why on like the later live streams I look like I'm super awake, and then on the earlier live streams it's gonna look like I need to go to bed. TB, what the heck, man? I saw your message, but it would be too long to write it out. There's a couple different methods to fall asleep fast. One of them would be they train pilots to do this because they have to fly a lot. Lay down on your back, and you have to kind of like relax all your muscles. So like you can like clench your arms or clench your feet, and then relax your muscles one by one. So focus on your feet, relax your feet, and then start moving up your body. And just lay on your back. Do not move a muscle. Now, after you do that for about 30 to 40 minutes, you're going to get an urge to roll over. That's your brain sending a signal to check to see if you're awake. If you can resist that urge, it will start putting your body into shutdown mode. And then after about 5 to 10 minutes, you can roll over and go to sleep. That's the easiest way to go to sleep. Okay, then that's just a personal issue. What's the time where you are right now? It is 15:51. Melatonin, alcohol, or meditation with quiet or dark setting. Yep, that's it. BLX at 0. We're about to blast off. I don't know. I have no information on how to use this chart correctly. But RSI is pretty damn low. That's a good sign.
Now my friends, family, my kids, they can't even trust me. Been losing all my control, and I let you fucking become me no more. I said no fucking more. I know you think I'm lying. I said this to you before. This time I'm fucking ready. It's time to show you the door.
I do, Bitbird. I do.
I've been lying, I've been saying I'm fine, but I've been feeling low and I don't know why. Another night, I feel empty inside. I'm bottle after bottle of whatever I find. Feel the weight lift off me.
Or TB, you can try the Wim Hof method and count your breaths. So you count 30 breaths back and forth, going like that. And then once you get to 30, hold your breath for like 3 minutes, and then do it again and again and again and again. And one of two things will happen. You're either going to want to go to sleep, or two, you'll start seeing lights and colors behind your eyeballs. Either one, it's awesome. Sleep's awesome because you get to dream. And then the other one's awesome because it's like dreaming, but you're fully lucid. Fully in. I love Wim Hof when he says that. I was watching him on Joe Rogan, and he was like, fully in. And I'm like, dude, chill. It's just breathing. What would be a good stop loss for a short around 9,000? You should already be out, to be honest. You really should. We're already above the 8-to-1 Ganfan, and we're already above the macro resistance. I'm not saying that we couldn't go back down to those numbers. I'm just saying from a risk-reward perspective, you should already been out. Your stop loss should have been either one above the 8-to-1 Ganfan, about 9,143. For me, it was at 9,250. That was my stop loss on my short. Devian, what's going on, man? What's my target for long? 98, 56. Oh, you're looking for a short. Oh, I read that wrong. I thought about like 88.50. Okay. If you're going to take a short at 88.50, I would put your stop loss up at about 10,200. Okay. And then you want to get your average entry through DCAs higher. So let's say we get all the way up to the $10,100 mark and then get rejected. Let's say your average entry can be somewhere around $9,000 to $10,000. Then your stop loss is going to be about 2%. Okay, so about 2%. You can use about a 10x on that.
If you want to keep your integrity, you can't go in for mass production, can you? I mean, you can't just become a cog in the big machinery, can you?
I should probably call my mom. It's been a couple weeks. Funny how I live the dream and I don't fucking sleep. They bring nothing to the table and they want a seat. Constant battle in my mind and all I want is peace. I keep my trophies on the low so they don't feel bad. Last letter in my show, I know they feel that. I show the people perseverance when I feel sad. I put the music out for free and I feel trapped. I used to never own a thing and now I own shit. Living in and out of bed like I'm homeless. That's when I realize that it's people that are home. Shit. As I look at all my things, I'm feeling homesick. Feeling homesick.
Hey Kite, hope you're doing well. I'm wondering how you calculate proper leverage for a position. Is there a formula? Yes, I will message that to you. Let's see, let me type it in there for you.
Yeah, I just don't fit in with you other motherfuckers just stuck in the same home. Only been living here for a day and look how I've grown. Can't make myself comfy, I'm better off all alone. And what's with all of the wind since I got it, it's been blowing. But fuck it, this'll do. In between me and you, I
Now, someone brought up a really good question last night. I said, okay, if 5% of my portfolio is $50,000 and I do a 10x long, I'm using $500,000 essentially. So why would I not just use $500,000 in short or long on 1x? First off, you can't have a dynamic stop loss with that. You can't have a constant stop loss. You can only have a dynamic stop loss. So that's one con. Okay, so you can't really use risk to reward ratio when you're doing that. But also, what would you rather have on your account when it gets hacked? $50,000 or $500,000? I think that's a pretty easy answer. So leverage, if used correctly, is a form of risk management through not having too much position on a Bybit exchange or anything you're using. As well as that, it allows you to have a constant stop loss. Therefore, your risk to reward ratios will always be consistent. What's up? Oh yeah, I can share my chart with you. No problem. So on my positions, I use, like on swing positions, I use 5% of my portfolio. So I will always lose 20% if I lose that trade. Okay. So I will always, like, let's say, for example, I'm using $1,000. I will always lose $200. So no matter what my actual stop loss is on my chart, let's say it's 3%, I will always lose 2%, and I supplement that with leverage. So if I have a 2% stop loss, I'm going to use 10x leverage. So that way my stop loss is 20%. If I have, a 1% stop loss, I'm going to be using 20x leverage so that my stop loss is always 20%. That way, so let's use this. I love using this as an example whenever someone asks me this. Let's go to this. Let's say you took a short from right here and your stop loss is 2%. Okay. So now we're going to take profit on our macro support. So right here we have, let me turn off the music real quick. So right here we have a 7.85 risk to reward ratio. That means we will make 7.85 times more than we would have lost, which is 20%. So if I have $1,000 and 20% of $1,000 is $200, I made 7.85 times more than I would have lost, which is $200. So on that one trade, I made $1,570. So add back the initial margin. Obviously, if it's a short, the initial margin is going to be less now. But let's just say, for example, $1,000. So now we have $2,570. So now, in order to get back into a loss, we have to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to lose 8 trades. Do you see how hard that was to get back into the negatives? You have to lose 8 swing trades. It's very difficult to lose 8 swing trades if you know what you're doing. So it's every single win you take makes it exponentially harder to get back into a loss. That's why risk rewards are so important in trading and why you have to pay close attention to them and make sure that you are consistent from trade to trade. What would be the percent goal on your winners to cover your losses then? Anything above a 2. Because if you can get a 2, then you can lose 2 trades. Or you can lose 1 trade and still be in profit. If I get a 7, I can lose 6 trades and still be in profit. So on and so on and so on. JJ, doing absolutely fantastic, man. How you doing?
pick up the pace. There ain't no substitute for it when I crave a release. The pills only make it worse and liquor just make me
Exactly, Crypto Half-Life. If you know you're going to have to get into some sort of DCA position, like right here, I didn't use the full amount of 5% because I saw the bearish divergences and I knew that there was a small chance that we could come back down lower. Now, unfortunately, my DCA did not get hit, but that's just unfortunate. Have you ever thought about putting the initial one-on-one sessions into 4 or 5 YouTube videos and a private channel? That would be useful for new people joining. I might have to do that later, but I like the one-on-ones the way they set up are now. Yes, it does take more time out of my day, but at least I get to learn the person, you know, personally and see how they view things and how fast they can learn. So that when I can prioritize certain things over other things, and I can really customize the one-on-ones to their level. And as they progressively learn, we'll get deeper and deeper into specific topics. Awesome, JJ. That's a nice trade, man. Sami said, I knew Kite was a DMT guy. I haven't done it in a long while, though. It's been a couple months. But that is a good idea, Debian. That definitely is. I've talked to Seth about that, actually. I actually have. Now, Seth is starting his own like Udemy classroom. There's no date set for when that's going to be completed, but he is definitely working on it. So he's awesome. He's a great trader, and I'm really happy that he's doing that for himself. Stefan, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. How much profit do you take at 1.2 and 1.4? I take 1/4, 1/4, and then the remainder I take at 1.618. So you draw fibs at where your trade starts? No. So in the video I showed this off. You're looking for pattern, breakout, top, swing low. Pattern, breakout, bottom, swing high. Okay, and the connection point between your top or bottom to your swing high or swing low is going to be your 2 connection points for your Gon fans. So like right here, let me clean up my chart a little bit so this is easier to see. So like right here, we have pattern, breakout, top, swing low. So that's where I got these sets of Gon fans from. For me, I use the 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, and then I'll check my daily from time to time for major divergences. Have you raised your stop loss from yesterday at 8K? My stop loss has been sitting at 9K for the last, couple days that we've been in this little pattern. Once we come back down, find some sort of support, and then do another blast off, then I will move my stop loss up. But by that time, we could already be past the 1.618. I need some lunch. Let's see. It is 4:07. Let me check my calendar real quick. So I think I have a session at either 5 or 5:30. Okay, so it's at 5 o'clock. So at 4:20, I'm going to get off. I'm going to order some food, going to eat some lunch. And then I got a couple sessions tonight. I got one at 5, I got one at 7, and I got one at 9. And then for anybody that's in the one-on-ones that has access to the Discord, and on the Discord, if you don't see the channels, okay, you need to go into the About section. You need to click the book emoji that says you read the rules. And you need to go to the announcements section and also click that book. And go to the Kite section and click that book. That means you've agreed to the terms and conditions. You've read the rules about the server. That way you can have access to it. So that way you can get into the channels. But that is at 8 o'clock. So for everybody that's in that, I'll see you there. Anybody new, let me know that that's your first time there. So that way we can get introductions out of the way. Usually how it goes is me and Seth will talk about the market after introductions are done for about 30 minutes. We'll talk about where we think it's going to go, some of the key levels to watch. So you guys have that great information. And then you guys can just start bombarding us with questions that you guys don't understand still. And then we can go ahead and explain those to you and the rest of the group. So it's kind of like a classroom setting almost with 2 teachers. And after that, we go our separate ways.
I don't care if all my debts settle. I'm dealing with an upset devil, trying to get my head level, indulging all my vices until I'm cold and lifeless. What I call Monday morning, some people call it crisis.
Do you ever take full profit or bail out early? No. No. Because you have to let your winners run. If you bail out early, you're not letting your winners run and you're not taking the full amount of potential from a trade. And if you do that over a long period of time, it's not good for your portfolio. I'd rather lose a little bit and had the potential than cut my potential that I could have possibly had, if that makes any sense. When/what was that sesh? So if you're in the one-on-one section of, my entire like trading group thing, you have access to the Discord. And the reason why only the one-on-ones have access to the Discord and not like the Telegram Patreon is because I want the people in the Discord to be able to formulate their own ideas and opinions rather than leech off of other people. Now, I know that when I said, I love the Market Cypher Discord because you could come in there and learn a lot of great information. That's because I knew what my intentions were going into that. I can't predict that somebody won't go in there and just watch for people making trades and then try to copy their trades. And then what if they don't win? There is a reason why I teach and then you have access to the Discord. Because I want you to be able to have a good idea of what a good trade is, what a bad trade is, and how to make sure you can structure that trade to make sure that it's, medium risk, high reward, or low risk, medium reward. But yeah, that session, it's at 8 o'clock for anybody that's in the Discord. I'd love to see you there. And obviously that's at 8 p.m. EST. So I know a lot of people in Europe or Asia or Australia won't be able to make it. So we are planning on doing one on I can't do Sunday this week because that's my sister's baby shower. We can try to do Saturday, but I have multiple sessions and I don't know when we could do that. So it might have to be next week that we actually set up an official time for every single week going forward. Awesome, man. Bitbird, take your time. Like I said many times, guys, you don't need the one-on-ones. If you guys ask me a question on the live stream, I will give you the same exact information as if I'm teaching somebody that has paid me money. You guys are viewers. You guys are supporting me. You guys deserve the same exact treatment. But if you want that personal one-on-one where you can ask real-time questions and I'm talking directly to you, obviously that's what you want to go for. But like I said, all of the information that I have from the one-on-ones, I give out for free on the live streams, as long as you ask the questions. So you can either do it through crypto, which is $450. You just have to message me on Discord. Let me know you're interested. I can talk to you about what level of trading you're at. Sometimes people have asked me to join the one-on-ones and they say, I'm an advanced trader. I do need to catch up on some things. I'm really only doing it for the Telegram and the Discord, so I don't have to pay monthly. And that's perfectly fine. Whatever your reasoning for it is, just let me know, and then you can pay through crypto. Or if you don't have any crypto to spare for that, you can do it through Patreon, but that's $500. Once you buy the one-on-ones, which is a one-time payment on Patreon, cancel the reoccurring order. Otherwise, you'll get charged twice, and that would actually make me lose money. Because when Patreon, whenever they pay me 10% less than what you paid. So if you pay me $500 on Patreon, they pay me $450. So if I have to refund you, I'm actually losing $50. So that's why I tell you guys up front, cancel that beforehand. I hold gold, but I don't really trade gold back and forth. I don't like ETFs. I just like buying straight up gold, like actual physical gold. Is there an indication that a trade is going south? Yeah, there's been plenty of times. So like right here, I was in a long scalp on a 20x leverage. Okay. So right here, I made about 30%. But on my 2 hour, I see we got rejected off the 50. So I exit that trade and I let my swing short take over. That is just one example where you can use your indicators as an early warning sign to get out of a trade. As of right now, we aren't getting rejected off the 50. We're actually finding support along the way down. So for me, there's no reason to get out of this long position whatsoever. How do you avoid a wick on 1730? Are you talking about like right here? How do I avoid that wick? So make sure you have your stop losses in places that actually make sense. That's why I moved my stop loss from like right here to right here. Because actually, I think it was at 9,100, so I actually would have been stopped out. But make sure that your stop loss is below or above your strongest support or resistance in order to make sure that you don't get wicked out. And sometimes it still does happen, like right here. I got wicked out of a long. All right. So I took a long trade right here. Right here. I took a long trade. And I had my stop loss like right about here. I got wicked out. But the second we came back above, I go ahead, I enter my position again, put my stop loss back where it was, let it ride. I made a 10. So yes, I lost a 1, but I made a 10, so therefore I made a 9. So that means that one trade, I could lose 9 trades in a row after that, and I would still be in profit. I trail my stops using ATR. I like 2x ATR value for trailing stop. I don't personally use trailing stops. I do everything based off of support and resistance. I don't think trailing stops are really that good, in my opinion. Obviously, a lot of people have great success with them. Then you would have to constantly monitor correct. No, you can set up trendline alerts. It's like right here, trendline alert. Once I start getting towards the bottom, I have a trendline alert. Once we cross and I get stopped out, I have a trendline alert. I can set one back up right here, so on and so on. Trendline alerts are my favorite now. I used to strictly go off of VWAP alerts, if you guys remember from the past, but trendline alerts and just crossing over certain supports and resistances is what I like now. Do I do my own taxes? Yeah, cryptocurrency taxes are just fantastic on TurboTax. All you have to do, go on to TurboTax, click on cryptocurrency, drag and drop, answer a couple quick questions. It will calculate, whether you have to pay capital gains or capital losses. And then you do your W-2 if you have that, and then boom, your taxes are done. TurboTax. I should get sponsored by them. So yes, we did hold support at 9,450 for quite a while, but for me, there has to be some sort of major bounce in play. Like right here, if I were to move my stop loss and say, okay, we held support for a little bit right here, I'm gonna move my stop loss right here, and then boom, I would have got stopped out. I have to see some sort of major pullback, major bounce. A little bit of consolidation, major bounce. I need those confirmations in order to move my stop loss up. Otherwise, I might move it too close and I might get stopped out. It's like right here. What if I said, okay, we got a tap right here and we went back up. I moved my stop loss. This wicks me out instantly. You have to have some sort of major movement in order to tell you that your stop losses are correct. Get a T-Tax affiliate link? I could do that. All right, so it is 4:20, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping in. I know I was a little bit late on this live stream, unfortunately. Shouldn't happen again. I am sorry for that. But I appreciate everybody stopping in and saying hello, catching up, asking questions. The more you guys ask questions, the more value these live streams have. So definitely anything you guys want answered, make sure you ask it. I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. And if I don't know, I don't know. I'll tell you that straight up. I'm not going to try to BS you. Let's see. And I'm pretty sure we got up to like 100 and something viewers today. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. Takes the puff. It is 4:20, so I got to go. No, I just got a session at 5. I got to eat some food, guys. I got to eat some food. You guys see how tired I look? It's because I'm drained. All right. Dennis, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. No, if I got on stream and I was smoked up, you guys would be able to tell instantly. Crypto Cowboy, thank you very much. I'll see you later, buddy. TL, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Actually, I should have ordered my DoorDash before I ended the stream. That would have been a lot smarter. I'll do that right now. Bitbird, yeah, man. We're growing every day, and it's thanks to you guys watching. JJ, have a nice day, man. I'm glad you're back in profit. That's always a good feeling. Let's see. What do we want today, guys? What do we want? Do I want something a little bit more expensive, or do I want fast food? I don't think I want fast food. Maybe like Qdoba's. I think like Qdoba's or Outback. I need to clean the pan that's in my sink so I can make those ribeyes. So I don't have to buy DoorDash. Mr. Doug, do you take the... Thank you very much, man. Do you take 420 payments? No. Chain Wax, thank you very much, man. I'm glad you learned something. Dude with the dad bod. Yep. I got titties, dude. I got titties. Because I just sit in this chair and I trade all day and I make lots of money so I can afford to, just spending money on food like it's nothing. How does Outback travel? I'm assuming you're like, how does the food get like cold or something? No, it comes out perfectly fine. Stoyan? I don't know. But thank you very much, man. JC, later, bro. I'll see you later. Thank you, Messiah Crypto. Not a Messiah, just a 20-year-old. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. As always, I don't know why I got here. Don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to try my best. And I'll see ya. Let's go ahead and turn on the stream ending screen. You see, from now on, I'm going to start highlighting comments like this. Okay? And we're just going to continue to prove the haters wrong. That's all. All right. Eccentric, have a good night, buddy. Legal, have a good night, man. Efron, you too, buddy. And peace out. Goodbye, guys. Love ya.
What if I can't? What if I don't? What if I never taste it? What if I believe, sweat, grind, bleed, and nothing changes? So what if I hope my lady needs money, but what if I'm broke? What if I take all them chances, get all them hands up, then again, what if I choke? Whoa, whoa, breathe, slow, and forget those feelings, just be in my zone, and forget they're filming. Then I go to my happiest place, where my past is erased, and I find the passion it takes to mash on the gas and relax on the brakes. Cause I ain't going back there, not that low and not that scared. I'm not gonna sit and smoke while I live life broken, laugh and blow it in the air. Yeah, I'm sick of just running my gums, a sucker that's waiting for something to come, pretending I'm stunting but fronting no funds, keeping 100 in front of someone's, laying on the couch, brain full of drugs. I don't wanna talk, I just came for the buzz. They said it calmed me down, that ain't what it does. I used to believe, but it ain't what I was. Telling everybody everything I'm gonna do. A year went by, I made no moves, waiting on luck when I know it ain't enough. And it took rock bottom to finally wake me up. Yeah, but now I'm feeling like the man. Cause I do my thing and I won't go back, even though I can. Yeah, ambition is something I need, something I be, not what I do. I needed to breathe, needed to dream. Yes, I believe I got something to prove, and that's why
I got this feeling inside of my head, inside of my head. And the Lord knows I've been up to no good, still haven't changed, even though I should. Dear Lord,
I promise to break before I drop to my knees. If I can learn before I pray, then it's a problem that God doesn't need. It's more than just words, more than a phrase, more than advice. I got it from me, back from the bottom with nothing to fear. Easy to say, harder to be. Ready to go, ready to jump. Yeah, I've been on that bridge, never know hope, never know love. That was the way that I lived. Oh, what a feeling to turn it around. After my ceiling was burned to the ground, death was appealing, I stood up to deal with it. That is the feeling of earning a crown. I am a king, I am a king. Fuck all the stresses, man, that's not a thing. Fuck the depression, man, I got a dream. If I want excellence, that's what I bring. I am the truth, I am the lie. I am the wall between me and the prize. I am the difference between being dead while I'm living and living while I am alive. And if I fail, then it's probably cause I don't have those great surroundings right now. It's up to me to bring the great out of everything that I'm surrounded by. And I'll admit I made enough excuses. The blame game, that's just as useless. The want that you have, that's just as use it. Ain't shit left, just fucking do it.
I got this feeling inside of my head, inside of my head. And the Lord knows I've been up to no good, still haven't changed, even though I should. Dear Lord, I got this feeling inside of my head, inside of my head. And the Lord knows I've been up to no good, still haven't changed, even though I should. Dear Lord.
CARAV